fly chick coming through. Nice to meet ya, glad you came too. Like your style and you know you got moves. You spit game and you know you spit smooth. Glad you came, it's best you come and stay. I need your loving like water in the bay. Let's walk down the aisle, make a baby. I ain't been in love like this somewhat lately. Step into the room with the crown on top. Confident dripping, you will never stop. Everywhere I go, got 'em bound when I'm the queen. Real royalty when I step into the scene. A boss from birth, ain't no need to pretend. Haters gon' talk but still hating in the end. No need for approval to find my own reign. Success is my language, I speak it unchained. A boss from birth, ain't no need to pretend. Haters gon' talk but still hating in the end. No need for approval to find my own reign. Success is my language, I speak it unchained. Confidence, self-love be defined. I'm the blueprint, you know where we're fine. The boss in the game, ain't nobody like me. If you're looking for the sauce, I got the recipe. Swag is so fierce, it's a language I speak. Unmatched confidence, my power, my peak. No crown needed. My presence, it reigns in the world of swag. I break the chains with each step I take. I redefine cool. Others try to mimic, but I'm the true jewel. In the world of followers, I lead the show. Confidence, swagged out, watch me glow. Top notch attitude, haters in my rear view. I'm the star, got them all looking as I break through. With every move, you know I own the spotlight. Confidence on fleek, shining bright every night. That's right. Don't believe the hype. You better than me, you know that ain't right. Clocked in, your shift done. Bye bye up top, but no, you'll get no high five. You're looking for the sauce, I got the recipe. If you're looking for the sauce, I got the recipe.
I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far.
Always been real, we don't fake it all.
Tired of 9 to 5, just making nothing survive.
I'ma get it.
Hello, fly chick coming through. Nice to meet ya, glad you came too. Like your style and you know you got moves. You spit game and you know you spit smooth. Glad you came, it's best you come and stay. I need your loving like water in the bay. Let's walk down the aisle, make a baby. I ain't been in love like this somewhat lately. Step into the room with the crown on top. Confident dripping, you will never stop. Everywhere I go, got 'em bound when I'm the queen. Real royalty when I step into the scene. A boss from birth, ain't no need to pretend. Haters gon' talk but still hating in the end. No need for approval to find my own reign. Success is my language, I speak it unchained. A boss from birth, ain't no need to pretend. Haters gon' talk but still hating in the end. No need for approval to find my own reign. Success is my language, I speak it unchained. Confidence, self-love be defined. I'm the blueprint, you know where we're fine. The boss in the game, ain't nobody like me. If you're looking for the sauce, I got the recipe. Swag is so fierce, it's a language I speak. Unmatched confidence, my power, my peak. No crown needed. My presence, it reigns in the world of swag. I break the chains with each step I take. I redefine cool. Others try to mimic, but I'm the true jewel. In the world of followers, I lead the show. Confidence, swagged out, watch me glow. Top notch attitude, haters in my rear view. I'm the star, got 'em all looking as I break through. With every move, you know I own the spotlight. Confidence on fleek, shining bright every night. That's right. Don't believe the hype. You better than me, you know that ain't right. Clocked in, your shift done. Bye bye up top, but no, you'll get no high five. You're looking for the sauce, I got the recipe. If you're looking for the sauce, I got the recipe.
fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive. Only living on the weekends. You really thinking that's why I'm alive? Busting out the scenes, time to live my dreams, do the things deep inside of me. This life it continues with fighting me, but I don't have quitting inside of me. I will not jump in these boxes they throwing me. Talking to God and there's so much he's showing me, shaping me, growing me, taking me sowing seeds. A growing tree, y'all get a load of me. Yeah, don't let them slow me. I get the bag like a grocery. I'm on my grind like I'm supposed to be, and I do not care if you notice me. Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see, you gotta want it. This type of flow make a living break. Confessions over these 808s. Don't sleep on the key, better stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, mixing with the chess. Beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. It's just as important and likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it.
The second weekend of June means one thing. State baseball is here for the third time in 4 years. The #1 team in Division 7, the Calvert Senecas, are back in a Final Four, looking for their first ever appearance in a state championship game. Standing in their way, a team that's been here 18 times and have been to a final 13 of those times. The Newark Catholic Green Wave, #6 in the state, looking to add to that 9 state championships that they have. #1 Calvert, #6 Newark Catholic, to kick off our coverage here at State Baseball. We've got this special presentation on the OH Report coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have with Pregame coming your way next.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
We welcome you inside the Sutton Bank pregame show for this, the Division 7 State Baseball Semifinal between Calvert and Newark Catholic. Sutton Bank, knock your financial goals out of the park, where community comes first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Travis Berardi alongside the boss man, Brian Skoronsky. First game of the state tournament, and we've got ourselves a good one. 2 teams that know how to pitch, and a Calvert squad that can knock the cover off the ball.
And perfect weather out here at Canal Park today, so just a fabulous atmosphere all the way around. An amazing showdown here to get the state tournament underway. Travis, very much looking forward to seeing both of these teams in action. As you mentioned, great pitching and, oh, by the way, some probably even better offense.
And that offense coming off the bats of our first team spotlight, the Calvert Senecas, #1 in all of Division 7. They've pretty much been the top of the state all year long under head coach Matt Coleman. 27-3 overall, 17-1 in the SBC. Third Final Four appearance, like I said, in the Open in 4 seasons. And there are their stats. Nearly half of the time they get on base, a lot of extra bases, a lot of runs scored, and then the pitching just as good.
This is a team just seemed like they were destined to get back to the state Final Four, as you mentioned, 3 times out of the last 4 seasons, and maybe statistically the best hitting team that I've had the opportunity to see this deep in a tournament run, Travis. When you look at that gaudy average, the on-base percentage at about .450 is absolutely unheard of, and they also filled .941 overall percentage. There are only 50 errors so far on the season in those 30 games, Travis, so this is a team gets it done on both sides of the equation.
And the one that will be taking the mound for the Senecas today will be the senior hurler, Blake Coleman, inside our player spotlight. Blake, in 27 innings, a .26 ERA. The kid has given up 1 earned run in 27 innings. He's given up 5 runs, so some errors didn't help him out, but that don't matter. He's 5-0, 41 strikeouts, and a whip of just over 1, which is exactly where you want to be for a pitcher and exactly the pitcher you want in a state semi.
And he pitched here in the state semifinal game that we saw him as a sophomore a couple of years back. He's really grown since then. How about 15-0 as a starter over the last 2 seasons for the coach's kid, the only senior on the team, and you can tell he captures the attention of everybody down in that dugout. They are looking up to him. He's played on this stage. A lot of these players actually have, Travis, when you look at the Moyer twins and some of the others that got time as a freshman. So this team, even though it's been a couple of years since they've been on this big stage here at Canal Park, certainly feel like there's a little less pressure this time on them, and they've got a lot of baseball under their belts.
And oh, by the way, last time Coleman pitched here, he shut out Highland through 6 innings. We're not going to talk about the 7th, though. We know what happened there, but he's back and ready for some vengeance as well. We talked about the pitching. Now let's talk about some of the best hitters for Tiffin Calvert in our extended player spotlights, and let's take a look at first AJ Shoemaker. He's going to be batting 3rd today in right field, and just an OBP over 500, an average about 400. Major league terms, that is phenomenal. That's all-star worthy. 7 doubles, 20 RBI, 30 runs scored. And you're going to see in the 3 players we highlight here, Brian, they're all going to have numbers like this. And something you won't see, but we'll talk about a lot, this team can steal bases as well. But AJ Shoemaker, he had the big sac fly to get them here against JFK in the 7th inning of the regional final.
Yeah, part of that vaunted junior class that they have. So many great players up and down the lineup for the class of 2026. And AJ just putting up stupid video game-like numbers so far this season. But other guys also sharing in that piece of the pie as well, Travis.
And, well, we talked about him on the mound, but dude can hit as well. Mr. Blake Coleman, 468 on base, 356 average. He walks 18 times. Their top hitters, they can also get on base as well. Something you normally see with the power hitters is they strike out a lot, but not this team. They walk a lot. He also 22 RBI, but 38 runs, and that is why he's leading off and will be the first batter we see here today.
Yeah, he's got great speed, just excellent instincts. He's been around the game his entire life. Obviously, Dad's been at the head of the program for a long time now, and this kid is everything that you would want. He's a polished product now as a senior, and he's the captain for a reason.
And our final spotlight is, well, the slugger, Connor Moyer, the catcher. 473 on base, 383 average, so he also walks, but he is the power hitter. 5 homers to lead the team, 40 RBI, 27 runs scored. He is your cleanup hitter for today.
Yeah, he's got a great slugging percentage as well. So this kid, he's got pretty good nimble feet for being a bigger dude that collects extra base hits like on the regular out there. So the lineup from top to bottom for Calvert, as I said, the deepest that I have personally seen from the 1 through 9, but those 3 that we just spotlight right there certainly are the kings of the hill.
So that is the Calvert Senecas, but who are they playing? Who's the home team now? Yes, they're #1, but they're the away team because of the brackets and everything. But the #6 team in the state out of the Central District, that is Newark Catholic, the Green Wave. They are used to being here. This is their 18th Final Four appearance, but their first since 2022. Before that, 16, 15, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6. So the early 2000s, mid 2000s, they were dominant in D4. Now they're in D7. It looks like they're back for more.
Yeah, under Coach John Cannizzaro, who is a legendary coach, I believe has the most state championships of any coach in the history of the state. I think last year with his passing, it really inspired this team to want to step up to the challenge and try to get back some of that mojo that they had previously with that dominant stretch, all those years that you named off with getting to the Final Fours and then capping it off and having victories. So this team, kind of a new resurgence of that, and very similar to Calvert. How about just one senior on the roster?
Yeah.
So the cupboard is absolutely packed with underclassmen who are showing out so far this season. And this team, certainly a formidable opponent, especially when you look at what they've done so far during their postseason run. They put up double-digit runs each of the last 2 games. Big-time stuff for them so far here in the regional tournament.
And let's take a look at the man who will be on the mound for today for the Green Wave, and that is Owen Przmierski. 27 innings pitched as well, 6.5 ERA, 8.2 whip, 99 Ks. He has not given up many runs as well, but I mean, that's crazy numbers as well. That's why they're here, because of his pitching.
Hasn't pitched a ton of innings, but when he has been out there, he's been incredibly effective. You look at that strikeout rate, he's almost at 100 in just the 27 innings so far. So this kid is going to be tough for Calvert to try to get to. And again, a junior, so he'll be back next season.
Now let's look at the hitters for the Green Wave of Newark Catholic High School. First, the number 2 hitter, the second baseman, Alex Nagel. He is one of those underclassmen that can hit the ball. 398 average, 398 on base, 281 average. He walks a lot, and he has 26 runs and RBI.
Yeah, 25 hits he's collected so far this season, getting on base about 40% of the time. So a dangerous hitter. He's going to be near the top of the lineup, hitting in the number 2 spot today.
Our second batter spotlight, well, he is the lone senior on this team, and that means something. It means this team probably, like Calvert, could be back here in 1 year's time, but they still got to play today. Mikey Hess, 482 on base, 479 average, so he does not walk a lot or get hit. He did a couple times, but that average is still phenomenal.
And that's why he's hitting in the leadoff spot. Anytime you can get on base with that much productivity, very valuable to be able to produce base runners at the top of the order. And 36 hits and counting coming into the state Final Four, tops on the team.
And our final batting spotlight is the man in the 3-hole, Miller Hutchinson, the shortstop, batting .358, a 400 on base. He'll get you an extra base hit if he can. 9 doubles, 30 RBI, and 29 runs. And the key for them today, if Hess and Nagel can get on, then he can give you that power to make it 2-0 very early on.
Yeah, this is a kid that you really have to keep your eye on in the order. Look for Coleman to not necessarily pitch around him, but not give him anything to hit, because just a really gaudy average, all the extra bases that he's been able to accumulate so far. And once he gets deeper into the game, seen the pitches a couple of times, probably the most dangerous hitter that we have on either roster competing here today.
So there are the player and team spotlights for both squads as they are being announced here. So before we get to the national anthem, we are going to take a quick break, come back, keys to victory, starting lineups, and then the start of this Division 7 state semifinal.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Back here inside the Sutton Bank pregame show. Sutton Bank, whether you're saving for the future or financing your next big play, Sutton Bank is here to help you cover all the bases. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Newark Catholic taking the field. Let's take a look at their keys to victory today. Mr. Skoronski, once again, brought to you by the fine folks at Sutton Bank. Their 2 keys: pitch to strength, get the outside corners, do what you've been doing, especially for their starter who has a .65 ERA. Just keep doing what you're doing and then work the count against Coleman. Get the pitch count up early. It's humid. It's a little warm out there. Fatigue may come as a factor, especially if they throw a lot of pitches early on.
Yeah, I think Przmierski, first-team All-Ohio selection for a reason. That's a guy that just has to do what he's done so far all season long. And on the opposite side, same thing. I mean, you have to allow Blake Coleman to showcase what he can do. Probably not swing early on, even though some of them might be right down the pipe. So I love that. Work the count. Could be a big-time key for them to get a victory today.
And for the Senecas of Clinching Calvert, the #1 team in D7, error-free. You know, they've given up a lot of unearned runs, 25 to be exact. If you can keep the errors down, the pitching does itself. You'll be fine. And then speed kills. They have stolen 122 bases on the year.
Yeah.
Just keep doing that. You get on base, steal some bases. As we are ready to go, folks, because this is an OHSA state semifinal. If you're listening live right now, watching, this is an audio cast. You'll have to watch back right after the game. We will have a full audio video stream, but right now we are audio only, as the first pitch in there at 1:06 p.m. is a strike, and we got a quick worker in Przmierski.
I believe it's pronounced Przmierski.
Przmierski. Thank you very much, Mr. Skoronski.
But if anybody's out there watching live and free,
yes,
that wants to give us the pronunciation, we'll take it.
Quick 0-2 to Coleman, looking to bunt, and it's bounced in there. Actually, it was the 1-1, so it's now 2 balls and a strike. So early on here, Coleman would love for Calvert to get on base and start things up. 83 degrees also at first pitch. The 2-1. That's in there in the inside corner for a strike. Count is 2-2.
The 2-1.
Blake at the top of the order gets on base about 47% of the time. He's been the most reliable threat for Coach this season, and obviously a little bit of heartbreak last time he was on this stage. Fantastic pitching performance, big-time game for him, and a loss against Highland in extra innings, so looking to change that narrative here today.
Pitch was high for the 3-2. The next pitch is fouled off, and we stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes to start things off. Owen, 7-2 on the season with the 6.5 ERA and 65 innings pitched. 14 runs, 6 of those earned. As that grounder is right back to him, throws the first for the first out. Coleman is retired after 7 pitches.
Quality of bat all the way around, and a nice athletic play you see coming off of the bump, making the snag. Nice execution, good throw over to first base. 1 down here for Newark Catholic to start things off.
I'll bring up Vincenzo Lyons, today's left fielder for Calvert. He's got a .455 on base, .352 average. He has 18 walks as well, and 17 stolen bases, second on the team. So top of the order, they're the ones that are fast, as he takes a curveball outside for ball 1.
Yeah, you talked about those 122 steals. That's 4 per game, so big average. When Tiffin Calvert gets on base, super effective. They can get in some pitchers' heads, and Przmierski working very quickly here to start things off.
Yeah, the 1-0 is in there on the inside corner for a strike, and now his 1-1 pitch outside for a ball, and again, it is 2-1, the second consecutive batter he's been behind. Just underway here, D7 state semi, the first game of the state tournament in baseball, as that one catches the outside corner, and it is 2-2. Przmierski looking for his 100th strikeout of the season. The 2-2. Fouled off the end of the bat into the Newark Catholic dugout. It stays 2-2. And working the count. That's something else that Calvert likes to do as well with their high batting percentage. They're slugging as well, but they'll make you work early on, and that's exactly what they need to do. Another 2-2, fouled off again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up, so already 14 pitches here for the Newark Catholic starter, 2 batters in.
Yeah, it's a big part of the game, especially when you get into the postseason, seeing teams for the first time, just adjusting. And how about the adjustment here? The off-speed pitch for the first strikeout.
And number 100, I almost said 200, 100 on the season for him, 2 down. Got him on the low curveball, got the swing and miss. Catcher was able to make the clean catch. Lions tried running the first. The umpire said no, he caught it. That'll bring up A.J. Shoemaker, right fielder. We spotlighted him. He had the sac fly against JFK to give them the 4-3 lead in the top of the 7th. They went 1-2-3 in the bottom to get back here. So he takes a 70-mile per hour curveball for strike 1, and the quick 0-1 also in there for a strike. It's 0-2.
First time we've seen Owen really get ahead here. You have to protect the plate if you're AJ.
The 0-2. High and outside, it's 1-2. 83 degrees. I left Massillon this morning at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it was humid, so we'll see if that plays a factor. The 1-2. Inside, a little drubber back to Owen. He's going to throw on the first, and he will get Shoemaker. 1-2-3, go the Senecas in the top of the first. Newark Catholic will get their first at bat after the break.
I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. You know I'm dreaming about you.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Senecas go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. It's Newark Catholic's turn to the plate for the first time against Blake Coleman, the stud pitcher, the senior. Like we said, he shut out Highland through 6 innings 2 years ago in the D4 state semi. By the way, Highland, #1 team in D6. They'll be playing here tomorrow. But he's showing those numbers once again. Only in 27 innings, 15 hits, 15 walks. 1-hit batsman, 41 strikeouts, only 1 earned run, a 5-0 record. His brother, Tucker, the freshman, usually would get the start during the regular season. He'd come in and clean things up, but that's because they were saving him for moments like this.
Yeah, he's prepared for this. The big stage is where he's really performed well. Big games, district, regional championship, and what a head-to-head they've had going on with JFK. 4 out of the last 5 years, they have met in the tournament for the opportunity to get here, either to state or to a regional championship. Calvert getting the upper hand this season after in 2024 losing to them in the regional finals, I believe, on a walk-off hit or an extra inning. So that's one of the better budding rivalries, 2 communities from opposite ends of the state. That's what the playoffs can bring.
First 2 pitches, a strike on the outside and a ball, and his 1-1 here, swing and a miss, strike 2 on the off speed. 71 miles an hour to Hess. He's behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hess, second on the team in total bases. He has 45 so far this year. The 1-2. held off the swing. It's inside, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
71 miles per hour on that last pitch here for Coleman. His pops telling a local news outlet that he's already throwing harder than he did when he was a pitcher at the University of Toledo. So the cupboard for his family, I mean, great athleticism all the way around. His wife, of course, Coach Coleman.
The ones that will get on base and steal bases, the 1 and 3 hitters in Hess and Hutchinson. That'll bring up Alex Nagel, the lone senior on this squad. 398 on base, 337 average. As his first pitch in there for a strike. Coleman checking the runner at first. Long wait as Hess looks to bunt. Gets the bunt down right to third. Up with it and on the first is Logan Ritzler. And they say the first baseman was off the bag. It's going to be an error in first and second here to start. And like we said, the errors have been a problem for Calvert. And the umpire said he lifted it right before he caught the ball. And it's first and second, not the start you want for Calvert.
51st error of the season out in the field for the Senecas, and for Ritzler. Made a nice play, obviously, dashing up there, gets a hold of it, but throwing across his body, taking the first baseman off the bag.
Now the home plate umpire and the first base umpire are going to talk this over real quick. Coach Coleman double checking, and they're going to say he is safe. So that gave Connor Moyer a second to talk with his pitcher, with Blake Coleman. It's early on here in this game. This is the moment where you don't want it to balloon. You may give up a run. It's early on. That's fine. You don't want that crooked number here in this first inning if you're Calvert. It'll bring up Miller Hutchinson, the shortstop. 30 RBI on the season so far. 9 doubles, a triple, and a home run as well for him. Coleman's first pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Winner of this game will play Saturday morning, 10 a.m. for the Division 7 state championship against either Minster or those Russia Raiders that seem to be everywhere. Every state tournament that we cover, they're there.
Yeah, they've got a pretty phenomenal senior class right now. A large one, a lot of talent as this is flared into right.
Short right field. Underneath it is Shoemaker. Makes the catch. No tag. Throw into third. It would have gunned down the runner, but it is the first out. An F9, 1 down.
What a cannon displayed here by Ritzler. I mean, right on the money to get it to Ritzler, I should say, rather, from Shoemaker. Just an absolute dime and a wise business decision by Mikey Hess out there on second base to go ahead, check up, not try to take off for third.
Yeah, you don't want to make an out at all at third base, especially the second one after 2 leadoff base runners. They'll bring up Malone Hutchinson, today's catcher. 15 RBI on the season. He's got a .425 on-base percentage. First pitch from Coleman is inside for ball 1. 1 out here. Bottom 1, runners on first and second. A walk and an error have set up Newark Catholic here, but a pop out got the first out for Calvert. Coleman's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Actually, the 1-0, and now it's 1-1. High cheese there. So fast, it didn't even register on the radar gun. Now it did, 81 miles an hour. So fast that it took it a second to realize what it was. Checks second base, and he will step off. And this 1-1 count. Newark Catholic, a perennial small school power under head coach Ron Graves. Second year at the school, 34-21 record. As the 1-1 misses, and it's 2-1. State champions in 16, 15, 13, 2006, 4, 3, 2, and then 89 in the year I was born, 1988. A lot of trophies in that case for baseball for Newark Catholic. The 2-1. Change up. Got him swinging and missing. 2-2. Big at bat here, too. If Coleman can get this second out, it'll really calm things down with runners on first and second.
Yeah, that's what you want from your senior captain. He gets the start today out there on the bump. Allow a couple of base runners, see if he can ease in, get the second in a row, and he does. Off speed, really tricked him. Not even close with that swing.
Changeup got him swinging, 2 down for Calvert, and a nice bounce back, getting 2 straight outs for Coleman and leaving that lead runner at second base. For Coleman, strikeout number 42 on the season. It'll bring up Przmierski, the pitcher. 433 on base, a 390 average. He has 20 RBI in 77 at bats. He takes strike 1. Also, another thing early on with you see this in major leagues. The aces, they might slip up a little bit early on, but then once they settle in, they settle in. So you have to strike early. This may be the moment for Newark Catholic, because if Coleman can get out of this, that's a lot of momentum for him. The 0-1, high curveball, it's 1-1. Or it's 2-0. So a lot of momentum on this at bat, Brian.
Yeah, if Coleman can get out of this one and put the Senecas back up at the dish here, and it still be a tied ball game going into the second, you love that for them. After you get in a little bit of danger, and sometimes that can galvanize you early on in the game where you feel a little bit of pressure and you're able to survive it, get through some of that choppy water. And right now, Blake in danger of loading up the bags here. 3 consecutive balls.
I was right. It was 1-1. They got the scoreboard wrong. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Okay.
I was starting to be embarrassed. I'm like, I can't even see what the calls are. No, it's the Canal Park crew. Shame on you. The 2-1 in there for a strike, and instead of it being 3 balls and a strike, it's 2-2.
It's more like it here for Coleman. Przmierski can't get the bat off of his shoulder right now. So Blake doing a nice job changing the pace and mixing up his spots.
Ready with the 2-2, the pitch. Fouled off. Runners win as well. They'll have to retreat, and we'll go again, as that ball found one of the couple hundred people here at Canal Park. That's the one lone thing that stinks for the state championships now, because there's 7 divisions. You're playing on a Wednesday afternoon. People have to work. But, hey, that's why we're here, to bring this to you, at least an audio feed and then a delayed whole stream afterwards. Coleman gets the sign. Ready with another 2-2. Runners go again. Got him looking, strike 3. Inside fastball. Gets him looking, and at 70 miles an hour, took it off a little bit. So a changeup got him looking. And Newark Catholic strands 2. We played 1 in this Division 7 state semi. We are still scoreless. The slugger, Connor Moyer, 4-hitter, up here in the top of the second. He takes strike 1. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky back here, Canal Park, as we kick off our state baseball coverage. Got Calvert today, Waynedale Perkins tomorrow, and hopefully we will have 3 state championship games back here from Canal Park on Saturday and Sunday. The 0-1 is missed for ball 1 for Moyer, and quickly, here's the 1-1. That one's outside. It is 2-1, but I know you'll be with Perkins tomorrow. Ski, I'll be here with Waynedale.
Very good potential for us to get 3 teams into the state championships for some broadcasts. But no matter what, OH Report, we are your source for every state championship game. We will have highlights of each of them that we do not have live streams for. And looking forward to coming back up here. My game will be in Canton tomorrow at Thurman Munson Stadium. And then the Pirates looking to punch their ticket back into the state championship. It's been a little while for them, so exciting all the way around. The Golden Bears, of course, I think everybody around the state, if you pay attention to high school baseball, you know about them, as that's ball 4, and Moyer will take his bag.
Yeah, so Moyer worked the count full and then takes one inside for a walk, and it's a leadoff base runner, the first one of the day for Calvert, and that'll bring up his brother, Cameron Moyer wearing number 99. I love that. He's got a on-base plus slugging of over 1,000, on-base percentage of .519, average of .355. He can hit the ball. 3 home runs, 5 doubles for him as he pops that one out of play foul for strike one. Top of the second, Newark Catholic had something going, 2 on, nobody out, but Coleman, a pop out, 2 strikeouts, ended the threat. And now Calvert looking to strike first. The 0-1. Catches the outside corner. And Cameron behind, no balls and 2 strikes. The least he can do now behind, you got that defensive swing, but hit to the right, hit it to the left side or right side. Get that runner over to second. Don't hit into a double play. There is a gap between second and first as well, as this pitch is inside and low. It's 1-2.
Try to get him chased down there by the ankles. Wasn't taking the bait. The Moyer twins back-to-back here in the lineup. Always tough out since they were freshman starters.
That one chopped foul. It stays 1-2.
There's Connor over on first. He's got some pretty decent speed. Good athletes, both of these Moyer boys.
Ready again with the 1-2. The pitch high and outside. Nice stop by Hutchinson to keep that from going to the backstop, and we're even at 2.
Yeah, pretty good heat, 81 miles per hour from Przmierski on that pitch. Each of these pitches are right around the same velocity each time it's coming out of the hand so far here today, mixing up their pitches as well. 1 righty, 1 lefty in this D7 state Final Four battle.
But they're also able to locate with their off speed, which makes them lethal. Another 2-2. Inside corner, got him looking, strike 3, 1 down.
Can tell the way that buckled the knee there of Cameron that he certainly felt like it was inside. He likes to crowd the plate a little bit, so tiptoeing that line, and second strikeout today for Owen.
I'll bring up Charlie Palm, the shortstop. Charles with a .382 on base, .333 average. He has 24 runs scored and 18 RBI, 9 doubles, tied for the team lead as he takes strike 1.
Charlie, I got to presume the younger brother of Nick Palm, who was a senior on that team that got to the state Final Four last. He and Mason Johnson, the 2 seniors, on what was an incredibly fun team. Great ride to go on that journey with them out here to Akron. Second consecutive year, and starting to make a habit of this now. I mean, they did not have much of a tradition of baseball at Calvert, and under Matt Coleman, Calvert grad, now they're becoming regulars in a statewide known name here in this sport.
Second pitch was outside for a ball, but bounced back. Owen gets strike 2 on the inside. 1 down, the 1-2 pitch, high and outside. We're even at 2. So that pitch count a little bit elevated right now for him, especially after that 1-2-3 inning, but back-to-back 7-pitch at bats. Is that one outside corner, gets him looking, strike 3, and he's able to locate here with his 3rd strikeout. Back-to-back looking Ks as well, 2 down.
Yeah, had him puzzled there, and he didn't have the missing piece to that equation that time. Just froze him right in his tracks. And Owen having a great day so far. He's up over the 100K mark. This was his numbers coming into today. So a really impressive season so far, and that's why he is a first-team All-Ohio selection.
Jacob Kidwell swings through that first pitch for strike 1, 83 on the gun. He kicked it up a little bit after those 2 strikeouts, looking a little more amped up. The 0-1, high and outside, 1-1. Kidwell on the season, .470 on base percentage, 10 walks in 51 at bats. Moyer, a leadoff walk, still on first base now with 2 down. The 1-1 curveball in there. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. First time through the order for any team. Got to kind of feel out this pitcher, especially the good ones. And that's what Calvert's doing, seeing where the strike zone is as well. The 1-2. did not go with the swing. It was just outside, and the count now is even at 2-2.
Two's wild here in the second inning now.
36th pitch already, and that one inside nearly hit him, and the count is full, so Moyer will be off with the pitch. But something that Calvert wants to do, work the count early. Owen already up near 40 pitches, not even at the end of the second. The payoff pitch, low and inside, ball 4, first and second with 2 down. 2 walks in the inning here for Calvert.
And as they get closer back to the top of the order, with Cash Lee coming up, the number 8 hitter, trying to spark a little 2-out rally. And as you mentioned in the first inning, this is the time to try to get to some of these phenomenal pitchers. If you can get to them early, try to take them out of the game. I feel like the Senecas have at least done a nice job of getting that pitch count up.
And Cash Lee does the same thing. The 8 hitter, the center fielder, takes ball 1. Cash Lee, 391 on base, a 224 average. Leads the team in strikeouts, though, with 25. So, as we see right now, Malone Hutchison going out to talk to his pitchers, probably saying that this is a kid that strikes out a lot. Let's try and get some over the plate right here. 41 pitches here through 1 2/3 innings for the Newark Catholic starter. You can get to 125 before you need to be removed. The 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Logan Ritzler on deck. Ritzler, what Coach Coleman calls the second leadoff man. He's not at the 9 hole because he's not a good hitter. He's at the 9 hole because he's a really good hitter to flip over the lineup, and they would love to get him up here in this inning. Swing and a miss on the inside. It's 2-1.
I think that was a good pitch, fastball to try to turn something on right there. So for Cash, you understand it. Owen able to blow it by him.
The 2-1. Low, it bounces in there. It's 3-1. Hitters count coming up here. And if you're Cash Lee, who also has walked 5 times this year, you look dead red. You look for one spot. If it's not there, you take it. If it's a strike, okay, it's a 3-2 count. Runners are off with the next pitch. Owen ready. The 3-1. Catches the inside corner. Count is full. And like we said, he was looking for a spot. Didn't like the call, but he gets one more at bat here. Runners will be off with the pitch. The 3-2. Low, it bounces in there. Ball 4. It gets away from the catcher, but not enough for Moyer to round the base and score. But they are loaded for Ritzler. 3 walks in the inning. Have them loaded. And I believe we're going to get a little bit of a mound meeting as Coach out to talk and calm down his pitcher with Ritzler coming up in the 9 hole. This is another thing you got to talk about. Newark Catholic. I got there at some point. 18th state championship Final Four appearance, but they haven't been here since 22. Some of these players new to this atmosphere, and you know, Owen, only a junior, probably this is his first time on the mound. A little bit of jitters maybe early on in this game, especially after a walk or two. You get in your own head. So Coach out there trying to calm him down here as a lot of juniors are on this squad.
Yeah, Miller Hutchinson, Mikey Hess, the only 2 players that were potentially a part of that Newark Catholic run back in 22 that made it here to Akron back when they were just freshmen. So with this full circle moment, getting back here, same year that Tiffin Calvert was back a few years ago. It's cool to see it kind of come full circle, and each of these programs surging back into now with the expansive tournament that we have with the 7 divisions. Chance to try to make their mark, get back to a title game.
So Ritzler is up here for the Senecas. First pitch was a strike into him, but the next one inside and low. It's 1-1. Nowhere to put Ritzler here, the 9 hitter. Bases loaded, 2 out here, bottom of the second. Can Calvert, the number 1 team in D7, break through first? The 1-1. Fouled that back. It's 1-2. It was a high fastball. And I know when I played, those high fastballs are like meatballs for you. You want to try and swing at it. 80 miles an hour, but he just fouled it off. Big chance here for Przmierski to get out of it. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, it's 2-2.
Umpire's been pretty generous with that inside corner so far today. That one enough off the plate that it's able to even it up here. Couple apiece.
Przmierski, one pitch still to play with. The 2-2. Popped him up high on the infield. Second baseman Nagel under it. Misses it! 1 run scores. 2 runs score. That's going to go down as a hit as he could not catch it. High sky, sun in the air, and Calvert strikes first.
Nagel having a conversation there with his shortstop. Each of them kind of barking back at one another. Not a good sign here for Newark Catholic. Certainly the runs go on the board. Just a big moment all the way around, and those can be the game-changing type of plays that you look for. It's not always a big hit or maybe a strikeout or a defensive play. Sometimes it's the errors that can be the most costly, and as you mentioned, hazy sky here. We've still got the fires going in Canada, and with the sun out, tough play, and the error allows 2 to come aboard here. The Senecas strike first.
I don't believe that hit his glove, so that should go down as a base hit and 2 RBI for the 9-hitter. And sometimes you just have to put the ball in play. And that one was a sky-high ball. A little bit of a wind, too, so the ball's dancing up there with the sun and everything. And they're actually going to call that an error. I'll have to look at the replay here in a moment to see if it did touch the glove. But if it doesn't touch the glove, it's officially a hit. We'll take a look at it here in a bit. But nonetheless, it's 2-0 Calvert. And exactly what you want to do is Coleman and the top of the order is up with runners on the corners. The 0-1 misses. It's 1-1. And not only does that help out Calvert on the scoreboard, but it also adds pitches to Przmierski's count. Runner goes from second. A little chopper. Up with it, throw to first. Safe! He beat it out! Coleman beats out the infield single. Lee scores. It's 3-0 Calvert.
This is as close as it gets. Splitting hairs. Tie does go to the runner. Lee comes home, and the throw got there. Bang, bang play. Calvert strikes again. 3-0 lead here in the second.
So I will look up at the scoreboard. The official scores took that error off the board right now for Newark Catholic, so they're still discussing if that was a hit or not. But now Calvert, playing Calvert baseball, they're just scrapping runs down here, and it's 3-0 as the man on the mound helped himself out by beating out that throw.
Yeah, this is a spot they've not been in here during this tournament. A lot of big leads early on in games so far in the regionals. 6-run differential in each of their 2 games in the win over Green and then South Webster. And then districts, I mean, they just slaughtered the competition. 19-0 over Millersport. Danville, no problem. 8-1 as well to punch their ticket into the Sweet 16. So this is rare new territory for them in the tournament. It's going to be interesting to see how the Green Wave respond.
Official score did change Ritzler's pop-up to a hit. 2 RBI for Ritzler, 1 RBI for Coleman, all with 2 out, and they're still in business with first and second. And Lyons up as he takes ball 1. He's the 8th hitter of the inning. (3-0) Tiffin Calvert here, top 2. The 1-0. Fouled off to the left side. It'll be 1-1. What a development here. Connor Moyer started the inning off on a 3-2 pitch walked, but then Przmierski got back-to-back strikeouts looking, got the count full to Kidwell. You're thinking, okay, he's going to get a strikeout here, momentum Newark Catholic, but no, worked the walk. Another 3-2 pitch to Lee, worked the walk. Then Ritzler with the high pop-up. The 1-1 in there for a strike. We talk about game of inches. Any sport, even here in baseball, that baseball coming down just moved just enough to get away from the glove. And Calvert pounced on it. Runners go, no throw, and now 2 in scoring position as the pitch is a ball. So Ritzler steals third, Coleman steals second. Add 2 more stolen bases to the number. 124 now for the team. The 2-2. High, and the count is full.
These Calvert hitters are exercising so much poise up there at the plate. They're laying off the pitches that they need to right now, and that's why they're on this devastating run and looking to add to it now. Full count, payoff pitch on the way.
Misses outside. They're loaded again. Fourth walk of the inning. And A.J. Shoemaker, the ninth hitter of the inning, the lone batter that has not hit yet in this inning, will come up. And now a real big chance for Calvert to really bust this open in the second. They've already put up a crooked number of 3, but they can add on here with another hit.
That's one of the dudes, obviously, that you want up at the dish. A.J. Shoemaker, one of our player spotlights today, and he wanted to put a devastating cut on that one.
He tried to swing for the 400 mark, maybe going for LeBron James jersey out there in right center field on the wall as well. The 0-1. Inside corner, strike 2. And Przmierski going back to his bread and butter, getting that inside corner. 70 miles an hour on the change. Bases loaded again, 2 outs still here for Calvert. The 1-2, low and inside. It is 1-2 now. Moyer, the slugger, on deck, walked to start this inning. Przmierski already at 60 pitches here and not even out of the second inning. The 1-2. Late swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. But the Senecas strike for 3 runs on 2 hits. They leave them loaded. They lead 3-0 after 1.5.
I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. You know I'm dreaming about you.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Three 0 in favor of the #1 team in the state, the Senecas of Calvert High School. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky back here. The special presentation on the OH Report brought to you by Sutton Bank. Champions aren't made overnight, and at Sutton Bank, we've been helping our neighbors and local communities grow and win for generations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sutton Bank, they're like, we just want to sponsor the whole thing. The audio cast, the delayed stream, all the spots, because we love supporting Tiffin Calvert baseball.
Yeah, shout out Stacy Cruz, the entire team over there. Ronna Martin, for many years, they have been the #1 supporter of OH Report. I've never picked up the phone or sent an email where they weren't interested. So one of the best community partners that you can have in a bank, Sutton Bank locations all over the place. So if you're looking for banking that pays, go ahead, get you a checking account there, get you some Kazasa.
6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Newark Catholic, bottom 2. Hal Gillespie takes 2 strikes on the outside corner as Coleman got to be pumped up after his infield single to make it 3-0. Coleman, the righty, ready. The 0-2 bounces in there. Hit about 5 feet in front of the plate, and sometimes you get a little too amped up right there. And that bounces in for a ball. It's 1-2. Gillespie, 317 on base at 280. Batting average. Blake gets the sign, his 0-2. Curveball just missed, and we're even at 2. 3 2-out runs by Calvert have them ahead here in the second. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 down. Third strikeout of the day, third in a row by Blake Coleman.
Yep, Blake keeping a pretty clean sheet out there so far. No hits allowed up to this point, and starting to find his groove, keeping these hitters off balance as he's down to the number 7 hitter now in the lineup.
Max Moore, 457 on base, 319 average, 3 doubles on the season. Takes that one low for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside corner, caught it again. It's 1-1. Umpire's been very consistent so far on those pitches on the corners. And both pitchers have been able to find it. The 1-1 inside, catches the inside corner. Also, both teams crowding the plate. So on the delayed stream, you'll see them moving out of the way, but that's because they're right up on the line. Coleman ready with the 1-2. Can he get 4 in a row? Little chopper off the end of the bat. Coleman up with it. Easy throw, the first, 2 down.
Yeah, light on his feet, good acceleration up there, but then didn't rush it once he gets the ball in his hand. Knew that he had the dime over to first, and Moyer with the snag, 2 down.
That'll bring up the 8 hitter, Andy Gossett, the first baseman. Gossett of 381 on base, 278 slugging percentage. That's 278 on average as well. All 10 of his hits have been singles, 2 RBI on the season. First pitch to him, high for ball 1. We saw Calvert at the bottom of the order break through with some 2-out lightning. Can Newark Catholic do the same? The 1-0. Outside 2-0. Beautiful day to kick off the state tournament here, Brian. I think every day except possibly Saturday, some rain, but we should be looking at some good weather here this weekend.
These kids probably are a little bit confused by it. They're accustomed to playing in low temperatures, a little bit of perspiration dropping out of the sky. So this nice warm weather, probably a little off-putting for them in this 2025 season. Haven't done this very often so far during these baseball playoffs.
Gossett ahead 3-0, 6 walks on the year, 5 strikeouts. He'll take all the way, and he'll take a strike. It's 3-1. Jackson Holman, the left fielder, 9 hitter on deck as Newark Catholic tries to flip over the lineup here before the end of the inning. The 3-1. Just missed ball 4. The second walk issued by Coleman. And there's a 2-out base runner. That'll bring up Jackson Holman, the 9 hitter. 489 on base, a 384 average, 2 doubles on the year. All they need him to do, though, is just get on base to get back to the top of the order here.
So each of these rosters, putting one of their best hitters down at the bottom of the order, as you mentioned, just to get that flip and try to carry some momentum. Calvert did it beautifully in the last frame to put those 3 runs up on the board and puts them in command here, with Blake Coleman also having his command from the bump.
Also with the little help of Mr. Sunshine out there. High sky. The 1-0. Inside corner, 1-1. Holman was taking the whole way, as 4 of the last 5 pitches from Coleman were balls. But that evens the count at 1-1. Coleman ready once again. Ground ball right to short. Quick flip to second. And that'll do it for the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 1 left on. We played 2 in the D7 semifinal. Calvert 3, Newark Catholic nothing.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Connor Moyer leads things off in the top of the third like he did in the top of the second. He takes ball one. Quick second pitch in there for a strike to even the count. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky back here at Canal Park in Akron. First state semifinal of the state tournament. Calvert leads it 3-0 as Moyer takes ball two. We have 3 audiocast delayed streams coming your way today and tomorrow. We'll talk about that after this pitch, the 2-1. In there, it's 2-2. I'll be here with Jonathan Langdon. Waynedale takes on Coldwater in probably one of the marquee games of the semifinal in D5, 1 versus 2. Brian will be at Thurman Munson Stadium. Perkins versus Indian Hill. A battle of Cinderella teams as Moyer takes ball 3. Count is full once again for him. Both unranked, both in the state Final Four, so you never know what we'll give with that one. Payoff pitch here to lead off the third. High ball four. It's back-to-back walks for Moyer. But I am very looking forward to what Perkins can do in their speed on the turf at Thurman Munson Stadium.
I think the best base running team that I've had the opportunity to cover this year, Calvert. This is my first time seeing them with my own eyes. You can tell as well that they're very heady when they get out on the base pass. And these kids, they know how to work a pitch count. They're doing a nice job up here right now against the kid who's been dominating basically all season long, a .6 ERA for Przmierski. And right now, it's Calvert in the driver's seat here as they're doing a nice job laying off the pitches that they need to, not fanning, not giving away too much, and then putting the balls in play at the right moments. That's why they've got this lead.
Cameron Moyer takes ball one. Struck out looking 1 inning ago as Calvert put 9 to the plate in their 3-run inning. The 1-0. Curve ball this time over the plate. It's 1-1. 3 runs, 2 hits, and an error for Calvert. 0s on the board for Newark Catholic so far. The 1-0. Line drive to left over the shortstop's head. Base hit. Moyer to second. Moyer to first. And once again in business are the Senecas.
I think that's the hardest hit ball that we've had from either unit so far here today. A good piece of clean, hitting clean living there for Cameron Moyer to get aboard. And with none down, the Twins out running around on the base pass.
Actually, Gabe Baddock will courtesy run for the catcher at second base. So Gabe will let Moyer go back into the dugout and put his catching equipment on.
And another conversation here. Coach Graves talking to Owen. Came in today. I mean, a lot of innings under his belt. He's got 60 now after the first couple today and has just been a little bit unsettled. And particularly, I think that if it went down as an error for them, or did they give him the base hit in the last inning?
It was a hit. They changed it to a hit because it did not, even if it's a pop-up and it doesn't catch the glove of the fielder, it's a hit. It just drops in. It's a no man's land thing like that. If it would have hit the glove and fell down, that's an error. But it did not. It was just the sky, high pop up of the sun, lost it, and they give you a hit for that. So it was officially hit a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he just hasn't had his full confidence out there on the hill, but they're going to stick with him, give him as many opportunities as he can, unless maybe we get some more contacts coming up here out of the bottom middle of the order here with Charlie Palm.
Well, also nobody in the bullpen right now out in right field warming up for Newark Catholic. So Charlie Palm will face him as he's over 70 pitches. Bunt is put down perfectly. First baseman to second baseman at covering first for the out, but it is a sacrifice. 3-4. Runners move into scoring position. Perfectly executed bunt there. Made Gossett field it, throw it to Nagel for the out.
Beautiful small ball here for Calvert. Get 2 runners now into scoring position and a chance to extend this lead here after putting the crooked number on the board in the second.
The fielders playing in. It's right at the second baseman. Nagel throws home, tags out the runner at home. Contact play on. Executed perfectly, though, by Newark Catholic. It'll be a fielder's choice. It'll be the second out. No run will score. Score that 4-2 fielder's choice. I was just about to say all the infielders playing in for that exact moment, and they're able to execute it easily out at the plate was Baddock.
Big play here for the Green Wave to get that second out on the board. I was just commenting that this is a chance to try to blow things open here if you're Tiffin Calvert. Instead, chance to get out of here unscathed now for Przmierski.
Cash Lee up, walked in the second, looking to cash things in. Runner from second takes off, no throw, so Kidwell will get himself a stolen base. And once again, runners at second and third with 2 down.
And I think Cash Lee, he provided the biggest at-bat so far here today when there was the 2 out in that second inning to be able to work that walk after falling behind, later coming around to score. Really looming large right now.
No balls and a strike to the center fielder. Swings and fouls that one back into the net. It's 0-2. 3-0 Calvert here, top 3. 3 2-out runs scored back in the top of the second. Number 1 team in the state looking to make their first appearance in a state championship game. If they were to, they'll play on Saturday morning. The 0-2 curveball, and they changed the call earlier. It's 1-2.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't make sense. I just heard my headsets beeping. Somebody's batteries might be done.
So 1-2 the count. The pitch, little pop-up. Nagel under this one. He makes the catch to end the inning. So Calvert gets first and second with nobody out. Can't score, though. They do lead 3-0 after 2.5.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Bottom of the third here from Canal Park, Division 7 state semifinal. Tiffin Calvert, number 1 in the state, 3. Newark Catholic, number 6 in the state, nothing. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky back here. The special presentation brought to you by Sutton Bank. Just like in baseball, Sutton Bank believes success starts with strong fundamentals and trusted partnerships. We're proud to support our local teams. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Coleman back out there getting his warm-up pitches. There's the throw down to second, and we will start things off. Top of the order due up here for Newark Catholic. Hess, Nagel, and Hutchison. Looking to get something going here, second time through the lineup, Brian.
Yeah, they're going to need to. I think if you can get to Blake Coleman here early on, obviously it's a good sign. There's plenty of arms on this Calvert roster that you can try to supplement, get in here. If Blake's able to shut him down, carry that goose egg on the scoreboard here for a while.
Coleman ready with the first pitch of inning number 3. It's at 39. Pitch number 40, swung on a miss for strike 1. A walk and an error started off the bottom of the first, but then Coleman was able to get a pop out and 2 strikeouts to escape the threat. Second pitch high for a ball. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Fly ball, mid-center field. Underneath it is Lee. Makes the catch. 1 away.
Again, just very limited contact right now with Blake Coleman up on the bump. And these Green Wave hitters just not able to produce much so far here early on. 2 innings and an out in.
That was a curveball at 68 and just got too far underneath it. They'll bring up Nagel, had a single back.
I think he got on with
He got
the,
on with
the
an
air.
error. Says. So yes, he did reach via error, second batter.
Yeah, throw was a little off target there from Logan Ritzler, first time that he was up today.
67 on that curveball. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch popped up. Right fielder tracking back. Shoemaker bobbles it. It's off his glove. Nagel's going to round second and stop there, and another error. Second time he's reached on an error. This time it's 2 bases with 1 out. It just kept tracking.
Yeah, it looked like AJ was maybe a little bit cavalier with it and or just didn't have a good read. Obviously, it's a very deep outfield here. This is a professional ballpark and might have just kind of lost the space in terms of where the ball was.
It kept tracking, and the way he was running, they're going to give him a hit on that, a double. I don't blame him after seeing the replay, but it just kept going back, going back, going back. As you see him, that slowdown is what caused him not to get underneath it. But, yeah, he might have got the tip of the glove off of it, but they'll give him a double. First hit of the day for Newark Catholic, and they're in business here with 1 out. Hutchison up. He flew out the right field in the first. Curveball takes that for strike 1. So can Newark Catholic this time take advantage of the error after not being able to in the first?
They've been really dominant at the top of the order so far during these playoffs. So if you're looking to put some runs on the board, you would certainly figure that this would be an inning to do it, as that's a little beyond Coleman.
Throw to first. Didn't throw it. Infield single. Runners at the corners. 1 down. It was a slow roller. Got past Coleman. Charlie Palm came up with it. Faked the throw to first to see if the runner from third would take off for home. He did not. And the inning with 1 out continues as Malone Hutchison comes up, striking out back in the first. So Newark Catholic back at you here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, runner goes from first, throw down, gets past, the runner's going to take off for home, he's going to score, and it's 3-1 on the error. They went with the throw down, it bounced in front of second base. Both Palm and Kidwell unable to grab it, so it goes out to center field. Lee had to grab it, but it was too little too late as Nagel comes in to score, and Newark Catholic is on the board. 3-1.
That's the danger that you're dealing with if you're Connor Moyer coming up out of your stance, trying to make that throw down to second base here with just 1 out. And the runner over on third. We saw the Green Wave. They had a different approach. No throws. They were just allowing the extra bags to Calvert out on the base pass in those same situations. And you see why right here. Bad throw. And it allows the first run to come aboard here for Newark Catholic.
Coleman's next pitch in there at a curveball for a strike. It's 1-1. Still a runner in scoring position for Newark Catholic. The 1-1, that's going to be fouled off and into the seats. It's 1-2. Now with this 3 spot, okay, you gave up a run, but if you can get out of here with nothing else, you're still feeling pretty good about yourselves if you're Calvert through 3 innings. Newark Catholic, though, a golden opportunity to get right back into this game. The 1-2. Line drive through the hole and left. They're going to send the runner home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's 3-2 on a base hit by Malone Hutchinson.
Great speed there by Miller Hutchinson as the Bros coming through here, combining to make this just a 1-score game. Nice piece of hitting, and then the throw. If this was just a little bit more juice behind it, would have been a chance for Moyer to try to get down the tag, and instead, just a 1-run ball game.
Runner did not advance on the throw. He stays at first, but nonetheless, it's 3-2. And we'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher. Trey Spurrier will get out there. Spurrier, the junior, one of many juniors on this team. 2 stolen bases and 2 attempts. He has scored 2 runs this season in 7 games played. Owen takes ball one. Ball gets away from Moyer. And Spurrier able to take second. So the tying run now in scoring position with one down in the third.
Incredibly deep backstop here at Canal Park as well. So anything that gets out of the reach for most of these catchers during the state tournament, it's going to lead to some extra bags out there on the base pass.
1-0. Little flare, right to second base, jumping catch made by Kidwell, 2 outs. Just got off the end of the bat. It was a flare right at Kidwell, moving to his right, jumped, made the catch, and Spurrier able to scatter back before he could touch the base. 2 down.
Heads up base running too by Hutchinson by just staying tethered there to second base with a nice athletic grab made out of the air from Kidwell. It was a chance to try to turn 2, and instead keep the runner out there in scoring position on second.
Spurrier stays at second for Gillespie, now with 2 down. Gillespie struck out to start the second inning. Coleman checks second. His release just outside for ball 1. Coleman now over 50 pitches here in the bottom of the third. Two runs given up, 1 earned, as Newark Catholic does take advantage of the error, which they now say on the scoreboard was that hit by Nagel. Two balls and no strikes. The pitch in there. It is 2-1 now. For Calvert, tying run at second. Got to leave him there after the inning to feel good about yourselves. They have been hitting the ball on the offensive end. The 2-1. Curveball in there. It's 2-2. And now with Coleman, he still has a pitch to play with as well. Try and catch that outside corner maybe. You don't have to throw meatball yet.
And they do have Miller Hutchinson working out in the pen right now, trying to loosen up that arm just in case Przmierski doesn't come out with his best stuff in the fourth.
Gillespie fouls that off. And with an extra player and a coach out there, they're actually letting Newark Catholic just go right down the third base line in the dirt to warm up instead of running all the way out into the bullpen, which is far right field. Coleman with another 2-2. 2's on the board here in the third. The pitch. Curveball just outside. And now the count is full, 3-2. First base unoccupied, but Spurrier still standing at second. Max Moore grounded back out to Coleman in the second. He's on deck. Coleman checks second. The payoff pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Ball 4. And it's first and second with 2 down. Just able to hold his swing to work the walk. And now it'll bring up Moore. Now we were talking about how Blake Coleman usually comes in to relieve Tucker. If the pitch count gets up a little bit higher, we may see the opposite. First pitch low for ball 1 to Moore. Tucker with a 1.33 ERA and 42 innings pitched. Only 8 earned runs given up. So they have options. The 1-0. High pop-up. Over as Ritzler makes the catch. And the tying run stays at second base. We've played 3 in this Division 7 state semi. Newark Catholic strikes. It's now 3-2 Senecas.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
9-1-2 due up for Calvert, or as I'd like to say, 1A, 1B 2 due up as Logan Ritzler, who had the high pop-up 2 RBI single, will lead things off in the top of the 4th. First pitch to him in for a strike. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky.
Baseball.
Back here from Canal Park, the 0-1. Inside corner, and quickly Ritzler is behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Newark Catholic with some life, taking advantage of the air to score 1. They scored another, and they're down 1. The 0-2 bounces in there. It's 1-2. Ritzler with 6 walks on the season. 10 Ks. The 1-2. Inside 2-2. Przmierski approaching 80 pitches as that's fouled off to stay at 2-2. We did see the player warming up down third base side just in case he got into some trouble. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 down. First strikeout since the 2nd inning. So that'll get back up to the top of the order, Brian, and Blake Coleman.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they allow Przmierski, how many batters he gets to face here in this inning. You talked about the pitch count and the fact that the top of the order up here now for the Senecas.
Curveball in there for a strike, and exactly what he needed was his offense to come through, and now he's got some of that mojo back on the mound. The 0-1 to Coleman. Curveball, that one just outside. We're even at 1. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts so far for Przmierski. That one misses. It's 2-1. Just like what a single would do. So he takes 3-1. If he can get on base here, it could work like a double because of his speed. Hitters count here, 3-1 with 1 down in the 4th. The pitch. High and outside, ball 4, a 1-out walk, and we'll see if Coleman will take off with Lyons up the bat. So Vincenzo Lyons up, singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 1st. The lefty looking to help things out. He takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. Calvert with 3 in the 2nd. Newark Catholic with 2 in the 3rd. That's your score right now. Throw over the 1st, not in time. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. In there for a strike. We're even at 1. One's on the board here. Coleman at first. Still hasn't tried taking 2nd. There's another throw over. Przmierski, though, knows his speed. Keep checking him over there, saying, I know you're here. I'm going to let you know that. Get a couple throws over. Make you dive back into the base. Big hole on the right side as well. Second baseman Alex Nagel trying to play the double play here. So there is a nice gap for the lefty. 1-1. Outside pitch takes it to left field. It's a single. And once again, the Senecas with something going here in the 4th. 1st and 2nd with 1 down.
Just a solid piece of hitting right there, waiting on it for the right moment. And the Senecas looking to match back, and I think that's been really important watching on this tournament trail, both baseball and softball.
Absolutely, yeah.
You allow your opponent to get a couple of runs. If you can have an immediate answer, you're able to still back some of that momentum, and that's exactly what Calvert is trying to do here in their offensive portion of the fourth.
Yeah, always try and answer a crooked number with one yourself. Get you back right in that position. As A.J. Shoemaker up 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout, but he's got first and second. One down, that pitch misses for ball 2. So a great opportunity for Calvert to get Blake Coleman, who was on second base, some run support as we have Ron Graves coming out. Do we get a pitching change right now? I've seen this in the College World Series where even though the count's a 2-0 or a 2-1, they'll make the change right there.
Yeah, I think we've seen the last of Przmierski for today. He is going to hand off the ball here. So a kid who came in, 0.6 ERA. All 3 runs up on the board have been earned so far up to this point. And got to give Calvert a new look here. You're right in the heart of the order. Some of their big boppers on the way, the Moyer twins standing on deck and in the hole. So I think that this is probably the right move here for Coach now. Second season, knows what he's doing. Been around the program for a while. Taking over for the beloved John Conazero. And just try to give Calvert something new to look at here, Travis. And believe we saw them warming up Miller Hutchinson.
Yeah, and this is something, too. Both these teams, they have multiple guys that can pitch, not just 2. Normally in a lower school, lower division school, you'll see maybe 1, 2, or 3 pitchers that can get you through the 2 rounds. But with Calvert and Newark Catholic, they have multiple pitchers to where if one of their guys struggles a little bit, they can bring somebody else in and still have that ace go in the next round. So we're seeing that here. All hands on deck for both sides. You got to get to the championship game first to play it. So you got to get your best arms, your best relievers in there. And that's what we will have here with Newark Catholic in the top of the 4th. First and second, 1 out, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. At least what the scoreboard says, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. But Calvert looking to answer a 2-run bottom of the 3rd by Newark Catholic. Once again, want to welcome everybody listening right now as we call this game on our audio cast brought to you by Sutton Bank. And also want to say hello to the ones watching the delayed stream. Hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening as well. This is game 1 of 3 for state semifinals. Tomorrow we'll have 2. Brian's going to check out the digs at Thurman Munson Stadium. Unranked Perkins versus unranked Indian Hill. I will be here with Jonathan Langdon as Waynedale makes their 4th consecutive Final Four appearance. Back-to-back champs in 22 and 23. Lost in the semi last year. Looking to get that 3rd championship, but they'll take on number 2 Coldwater. That should be one heck of a game.
2 just fantastic programs. The Golden Bears, one of the greatest stretches in OHSA history, period, for any school at any level. This may be their best team over this 4-year stretch that they've had. So with the top 2 teams in the entire state going head-to-head, that's going to be a dandy. Really looking forward to mine as well. A couple of squads that maybe didn't expect to be here in Akron coming up for the weekend, or at Canton is where they're going to be playing tomorrow, in Perkins and Indian Hill. And then, oh, by the way, how about the North Central Ohio Football Coaches Association All-Star Game? We'll have Zach Truex on the call for that one. That goes down in Belleville, in Clear Fork. So that's going to be a full day of sports.
That's what we like.
On the OH Report.
Miller Hutchinson, a 2.33 ERA, 4-4 in 9 appearances, 6 starts. He has a 165 opponent's batting average. 20 hits, 17 runs, 12 earned for him. 2-0 to Shoemaker. The pitch. It's inside on the corner for a strike. It's 2-1. So this batter actually is Przmierski's to inherit. So if he reaches, it's on him and not on the reliever. But if it's a strikeout, it will go to Hutchinson. The 2-1 in there, and now we're even at 2. 82 on the gun, so Calvert seeing the same thing they saw from the starter. 1 down here, first and second. Coleman leads off. Short and second playing with him a little bit. Now they'll get back to their positions. A long check, now the release, and a late swing, but I think time was called by the umpire.
Yeah, this was
Shoemaker
awesome.
called time. Didn't think he got it, so he still had a late swing. And the umpire said, yeah, I got you. So that will not count, thankfully, for Shoemaker, because he was way off on that swing. 2-2, still the count with 1 out.
Got to respect the hustle, though. He's like, hey, man, if I didn't get it, I better come out here and die on my sword. But the AB continues.
Can he take advantage? The 2-2. Curveball, he still strikes him out swinging, 2 down. 70 miles an hour on the off speed. And that'll bring up Moyer. Connor, 0 for 0. 2 walks and a run scored for him. Would love to get his first hit of the day here and extend the lead back to multiple runs. First pitch is high and outside, an awkward release there by Hutchison. Don't know if he lost his grip there as he released, but it was just enough to get outside for ball 1.
Here's the Twins, talks about just how devastating they can be in the lineup back-to-back. And this has been going on for the last 3 seasons. So these two brothers played a lot of baseball at the varsity ranks. Still got another year to come here for Coach Coleman. And, you know, just great hair, great kids, fantastic athletes.
Great hair. We have a lot of great hair in this state semifinal. Waynedale, they're the ones with the mustaches. Calvert's the one with the hair. Perkins, the one with the speed. The 1-1. Outside corner low, but catches the zone. It's 1-2. Coleman, Coach Coleman telling you, we did their prom. DJ'd, he was there. He said, next year, it's going to be better. Even though this year, they're number 1 in the state. So it's kind of like the both for both these teams. They could be back here next year. 1-2. Fouled off into the net. It stays 1-2.
And you wouldn't think that you'd be able to top a year, 27-3 so far. And this gaudy win streak, to get to this point, they're looking for 16 straight wins today here in Akron. Haven't lost, Travis, since the 29th of April. So the getting has been really good so far here for Calvert, but you never know how things are going to line up. They've had some awesome late-game wins so far throughout this season in the regular campaign. Haven't had to do that as much here on the tournament trail, but never want to expect to be able to, just because you have everybody back, expectations are just that. However, could be a very exciting season coming up next year, even though you lose arguably your best player in Blake Coleman.
Hutchinson just on the outside corner. His brother started walking off like it was strike 3. It was not. It's 2-2. And here comes his pitch. 2's on the board. That one gets away. Runners will advance up. The count is full at 3-2. And again, runners in scoring position for the 3rd consecutive inning for Calvert, and arguably their best hitter up at the plate with a 3-2 count.
And these guys are locked in out on the base paths for the Senecas. You can tell that they are just laser focused. That ball barely escaping away from the catcher, and they're able to get into scoring position, each of them 2nd and 3rd.
The payoff pitch. Low ball 4, a 3rd walk for Moyer. They're loaded with 2 out. For Cameron Moyer. Cameron, 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking in the 2nd. Had that single to lead off, or with 1 on in the 3rd inning and nobody out. A single here would give Calvert some breathing room once again. 3-2 Calvert leads here. Top 4 this D7 semi. The first pitch to the righty. Outside. Nice grab by Hutchison to keep that from going to the backstop and possibly scoring runs. It's 1-0.
Yeah,
Nowhere to put him, though.
A lot of gravity here on this at-bat right here for the Green Wave. You've done your job. You've gotten back within striking distance. Can you avoid a big shot here from one of their big boppers?
The 1-0. Inside 2-0. And Hutchison, he's trying to catch those corners like he did with Shoemaker. Not trying to throw one over the middle of the plate because that could be disastrous with Moyer, who has 3 homers and 5 doubles on the season. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. He was trying to swing for the fences. I don't think we're going to see a home run here, especially from maybe divisions 4, 5, 6, or 7. It's 337 to left to right, about 330 to left, 400 to straightaway center. you have to really get a hold of one here to knock it out. However, inside the park, home runs are to play as well. That one bounces in there. Runner tries to take off for home, but it stays in front of Hutchison. However, it's a 3-1 count. And like I said, there's nowhere to put him. This is a hitter's count right here. You're sitting dead red. If you have your pitch there, if you don't take it, if it's a strike, hey, it's fine. We have a 3-2 count. Runners will be off on the next pitch, kind of like we saw in the second inning.
Yeah, crucial pitch coming up here on this 3-1 count.
Hutchinson ready. The 3-1. Inside corner, 3-2. Like I said, Cameron Moore did not like the pitch. Didn't want to get sawed off with a little grounder. Took it, and now the runners will be off here with the pitch. Another 3-2, two-out pitch with the bases loaded for Calvert. Can they strike again? Hutchison settles. He's ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets out of it. Calvert leaves the bases loaded. Newark Catholic puts up a 0 on the board. It's 3-2 as we've hit the halfway point of this D7 semi.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Midway point of this Division 7 state semifinal. Number 1, Calvert 3. Number 6, Newark Catholic 2. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky here at Canal Park. This special presentation of the D7 State Semis audiocast and later delayed stream brought to you by Sutton Bank. Knock your financial goals out of the park with Sutton Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 8-9-1 due up here for Newark Catholic. If you're Coleman, you'd love to work a 1-2-3 inning here. Get yourself reset before the 2-3-4 hitters. This is kind of like Kenton Ridge against Lexington in the softball game we saw. Bottom of the 7th, they had the bottom of the order. You thought, hey, this is going to be a cruise for Lexington. But no, a couple runners got on. It really put on pressure, and they were able to score a couple runs. You don't want to see that here with Calvert as Gossett takes ball 1 against Blake Coleman.
Got a pitch hitter coming in here. This is actually Chris Garber.
Oh, yes.
The sophomore is going to get an opportunity, trying to mix some things up. Didn't have a lot of production so far out of the bottom of the order, so they're going to see what they can get out of this young man here.
Garber, a .412 on base, a .286 average, 28 at bats, 8 hits, 11 runs scored.
And Max Moore looks like he's warming up now for Newark Catholic.
So that's just something where you had Hutchison move over from shortstop to maybe get out of the jam, but you want him playing at the shortstop position. You get somebody to come back in to reset the next inning. That ball is outside. And Garber takes ball 2. 2-1. Quick pitch here from Coleman in there, and we're even at 2. Garber, an outfielder. Also a pitcher. 3 appearances this year in 4 innings. The 2-2. It's high for ball 3. Garber, a shorter player on the squad, so the strike zone's a little bit smaller for him. And he's worked the count full. Coleman ready. The 3-2. Curveball just misses. Ball 4 to lead off walk.
That's exactly what you were expecting if you're Coach Graves, making that shakeup in the lineup. You get Garber aboard here to start things off and try to keep the good times rolling now at the bottom of the stack here with your number 9 hitter, Jackson Holman.
Now, Calvert using the bullpen in right field. They do have somebody warming up there. Can't quite see a number. We'll try and get that for you. Coleman ready. First pitch is outside. Tucker Coleman, like I said, might be relieving his brother. He's the one warming up in the outfield. Coleman, one of the aces. The 1-0 in there for a strike as Holman trying to bunt and put the tying run in scoring position here with the top of the order coming back up. Nobody out here. Bottom 4. Runner on first. 1-1 count here for Coleman. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 74. Took a little off on that and threw off the 9-hitter. Holman grounded out the short for a fielder's choice to end the inning. He's going to send this one to center field. Backtracking a few feet as Lee makes the catch over his head. 1 down.
These are the outs that you need to get if you're Coleman, even though I know Holman's a fantastic hitter here at the bottom of the order with some of the best hitters in the lineup due up here. Back to Mikey Hess. Hasn't had a ton of success so far here today, but we know really lethal if he can get out on the base pass and potentially last batter faced here for Coleman as they've had Tucker warming up here and should be ready to go if they need him.
Now this could be something too since it's the 3rd time through the order. Maybe trying to change things up for Coach Matt Coleman's squad. 11th year at Calvert. 207 wins, 69 losses. Oh, and they had a tie. I'm still baffled by ties. However, I was a part of a tie back in high school. It was only due to the fact that thunderstorms came through and it was about 11 o'clock, so we couldn't finish.
He's just such a staple in that community. Calvert guy through and through. I know his dad coached him when he was a player there, graduated in the late 90s, and he's had a couple of stints. I know he's retired 2 times, said after that second one, he was like Michael Jordan. He's like, this is it for real this time, and guess what? 2020 happened.
Sent a letter back and said, I'm back.
I'm back, baby. So aren't they glad that they've had him back since returning? How about this run? 85 wins over the last few years. It's been really a privilege to be able to be a part of this run and see that they're getting back here to Akron, but trying to get a step further than they've been in the past. Have not yet had the taste of the last day of the season. Been knocked off here in the Final Four the last couple of appearances.
Behind in the count to Hess, 1 ball and no strikes is Blake Coleman, who stays in after the little pep talk from his dad. Throws that pitch high. It's 2-0. After a fly out to start the 3rd, an error, single, made it 2-1. And then another single, tied it up, made it 3-2, I should say. As that pitch is in there for a strike, it's 2 balls and a strike. Walked in the 1st, flew out to center in the 3rd is Hess. The lone senior on this Green Wave squad. 2-1. Curveball in there for a strike. It's 2-2. You know you have a good curveball when you're off to the side like us and high, and you can still see the arc.
Yeah, he leaves that one. Well, starts it very high up in the zone, dips down that one specifically right on the top. One of the best pitches that Blake's thrown so far today.
2-2, curveball again. That one is high, and the count is full, 3-2. Second 3-2 count of the inning. Fifth of the game for Coleman.
Undefeated on his senior campaign, undefeated last year as a junior.
Pitch 71, swing and a miss. Throw down to second, runner steals second, but a big second out, 2 down. So on the
Hess
payoff
now.
pitch, they tried the hit and run there. However, Hess unable to catch up with it, and they'll bring up Alex Nagel. Nagel 0 for 0. It's reached on 2 errors. Or 0 for 2, I should say, reaching on 2 errors in this one. First pitch curveball misses. It's 1-0. Tying run at second with 2 outs here, bottom 4. First state semifinal of the weekend here at Canal Park and Thurman Munson Stadium. Both these 7 games, the lone 2 will be played today. Liner right the second, takes a bounce, throw on the first, and Calvert gets out of it. Nice job by Charlie Palm to play the bounce and make a nice throw to first to end the threat. We've played 4 in the D7 semi. Calvert still leads by 1.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Six, 7, 8 hitters due up for Calvert, still leading 3-2 in this Division 7 state semi as we start the 5th inning. Travis Berardi, Brian Skaronski. Beautiful Canal Park right in downtown Akron, the 1-0. In there for a strike. It is 1-1. So Newark Catholic Calvert kicks things off. Coming up around 4 o'clock, Russia and Minster. So that pitch is in there for a strike. The lone 2 games of the semifinals today. Thurman Munson will kick off their state semifinal games tomorrow. Brian will be there for Perkins. We'll be back here for Waynedale. The 1-2. Little chop foul. It stays 1-2. Tucker Coleman sitting on the bench out in the bullpen. Looks like he's ready to go if need be. Hutchison still in there. Ready with the 1-2. Off speed. That's going to be fouled down the first baseline, and we'll go again.
Talks about how beautiful it is here at Canal Park for this Final Four matchup. Our research team showing us that the last time Calvert lost a game, 60 degrees and raining. How about that? Way back when we were having those April showers on the road at Van Buren. Last time we saw Calvert go down. And each of their losses so far this year, look at the competition. Van Buren, 24-3.
State ranked in D6.
Edison, 23-4. And then Lakota, above 500, 15-11. But each of those losses coming a long time ago. You're talking about the end of March, early April, and then the end of April.
Pitch outside for a ball. It's 2-2. Yeah, it's been a while. But that's how good this Calvert squad is, and that's why I said why they've been number one pretty much the whole season. 2-2 pitch. Curveball outside. Count is full at 3-2. Calvert would love to get another leadoff runner here in the fifth. Jacob Kidwell will be on deck. Payoff pitch. Ground ball right to short. Up with it, up with it for the throw was Przmierski. Makes the play, one down. So he got a good pitch, but grounded it out to short for the first out.
Brings a little bit different dynamic having the switch with Przmierski coming off of the hill. Gives him a nice strong arm out there on the infield.
And actually, the changes that were made, Przmierski goes the first. That was Nagel at shortstop. Hess now at second base. So Hess comes in from center field. So a lot of movement around for Newark Catholic as Jacob Kidwell gets behind quick. No balls and 2 strikes. Hutchison ready real quick again. His release. Got him looking, 2 down.
That's just a nasty pitch. And when he's brought that heat, I mean, that it seemed like he reared back more for that one than some of the other fastballs that he's been able to deliver. Might have been the highest clocked on the gun so far at 87.
That had some cheese behind that one. Cash Lee now up. Swings through that one. No balls and a strike.
86.
And another 86-mile-an-hour fastball. Hutchison ready again. Swing and a miss. I bet you that's another 80-plus-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, he's warmed up now.
87.
His arm is loose, and he's just rearing back, and he's mostly just throwing some smoke, and that's really going to unbalance these Calvert hitters when that changeup comes.
The 0-2. Got him looking outside corner. Strike 3. 1, 2, 3. Go the Senecas, but we'll keep it right here because you know what? It is time for the 5th inning stretch. Brought to you by Sutton Bank. Whether you're saving for the future or financing your next big play, Sutton Bank is here to help you cover all the bases. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 3, 4, and 2 for Tiffin Calvert. 2, 3, and 0 for Newark Catholic Calvert. 3 2-out runs in the second inning. Connor Moyer lit off with a walk. 2 strikeouts looking. Then Kidwell and Lee both on full counts walk. Logan Ritzler sent a fly ball high, and I mean high, to second base. Second baseman could not make the play. 2 runs scored, 2-0. And then then Blake Coleman, infield single, made it 3-0. Newark Catholic in the third. After a flyout, Alex Nagel, a 2-base error. Hutchinson, a base hit for first and third. Malone Hutchinson with an RBI single. And another run scoring, making it 3-2. And that is your score right now. Both teams, though, Brian, have had chances since then, but the pitching has picked up that much because these two teams, very good pitching staffs.
Yeah, Blake Coleman's going to stay out there on the bump, at least for now here for the Senecas. We'll see his little brother is warmed up. Tucker potentially could be the next dude that we see inserted into the lineup, but I think if you're Blake and his dad Matt, that you got to see what he has here left in the tank in the 5th inning, and if he can come out, maybe get the first couple of hitters down, roll with the man. Let your senior do what he needs to do out here. A little bit extra adrenaline, of course, when it's win or go home.
Yeah.
You don't know if it could be your last pitch, your last day.
It's a state semifinal, and this is what it's all about. So, getting ready for the bottom of the 5th. Heart of the order due up for Newark Catholic. Miller Hutchison fouls that one off, and we're underway. Bottom 5, 0-1. Yeah, Coleman coming back out. He was at 77 pitches, so he still has some left in the tank, but the fact is he has to keep his composure, keep hitting the zone, and doing what he did in the early innings. Ready with the 0-1. Curveball in there, 0-2. This may be his biggest test the rest of the way. If he can get through 1, 2, 3 here, it'll put them in a good spot the last 2 innings, especially if Tucker ends up coming in. The 0-2. Curveball, fouled off, will go again.
Yeah, Blake's really riding right now with those breaking balls. So when he hits him with that fastball, potentially the change of pace could be a big devastating pitch, but he's really been leaning on that curve the last couple innings.
Blake ready. Another 0-2. Just outside. It's 1-2. Went with the fastball that time. Well, actually, no. He went with a changeup that time on the outside. 67 miles an hour. The 1-2. That one's high. It's 2-2, and I believe that's Tucker out there getting a couple more throws in. Got to think maybe his leash is short enough he gives up a base runner. That's when the change will be made, or at least 2. 2-2. Curveball, ground ball up the middle, base hit. Leadoff single tying run on base once again for Newark Catholic. Looking down at the Calvert dugout, don't see any movement from Coach. So they will let Blake stay in at least for another batter or 2.
And singles back-to-back at bats now for Miller Hutchinson. As leadoff man is aboard here for Newark Catholic, setting up Malone, and a lot of brothers out here for these two teams. Obviously 4 sets of them for Calvert, and back-to-back in the order on each side here in the middle of the lineup, which is pretty cool. That's small-town baseball for you.
Absolutely. And, talk about Division 6, the number 1 team, Highland. Multiple brothers on that team all the time.
Just Yoder and Koblenz all the way through.
It's the lineup, yeah. First pitch was a ball to Hutchison. He looked the bunt, but pulled back. He'll look the bunt again, puts it down. Coleman's going to go to second, and the throw is wide. If he would have been on with the throw, he would have got the lead runner out, but instead it goes wide. Runner's safe. It's first and second with nobody out.
That's a smart play to try to get the force out there at second. The throw is just, 3 or 4 feet off of where it needs to be, taking him off of the bag. And this might be the end of the road now for Blake Coleman.
Tough break there. He had a chance, but just it sailed on him. And we'll see if the change is made. Tucker was the one warming up. And he's back to take a seat, so Coach yet to make the call. Talking with his offense. With Przmierski on deck. Struck out looking in the first. Lined a soft liner to second base in the third. First and second, nobody out. Newark Catholic with the tying run on second, the go-ahead run on first. They're going to leave him in. Confidence in one of your best pitchers. Let's see if Blake rewards his coach for keeping him in here. Ground ball, double play would be huge for the Senecas right here. Blake ready. First pitch bunt is put down the third baseline. Fakes the throw to third on the first. Out there, one down. Runners move up the second and third.
Well, that's a really nice athletic play over there at first base. Filling in and covering from the second base spot. Kidwell really having to stretch for that one as you saw the charge. Moyer having to come up down the line with the bunt.
So bring up Hal Gillespie, struck out in the second, walked on a full count in the third. Got to think this is the biggest at bat of the season for him. It's 12 strikeouts, 8 walks, and they're just going to walk him intentionally to load the bases and get the force out. That'll bring up Max Moore. Grounded back to the pitcher in the second. Popped out the third in the third. Bases loaded, 1 out. Biggest moment of the game so far here in this D7 semi. Seven hit or more. 10 runs batted in on the season. He's hitting .275. Corners playing up, middle playing double play depth. First pitch, ground ball, but just foul. It's 0-1. Could have been trouble there for Cameron Moyer. Ranging to his left, if he was to throw home, that would have been a tough play. But thankfully for Calvert, that goes foul, and it's 0-1. So a double play ball, Calvert would concede the tying run. But if it's in on the corners, just like you saw, that may be a throw home. Coleman's ready. The 0-1. Swing and a foul. It's 0-2. Actually, he wouldn't concede the run. The sacrifice bunt made it 1 out. So setting up in the middle would end the inning with a double play. But on the corners, it's a tougher play to get a double play out of it. You go home and get the force. Big pitch here, ahead 0-2, the pitch. Ground ball in the hole. Short to second, he beat it out on the first. The ball gets away, Newark Catholic's gonna lead.
Just a poor decision to try to make that throw over to first. You already missed out on the opportunity at second base. You gotta eat that ball. 2 runs coming across the deck here for the Green Wave. And it's been the errors today that have really been costly for the Senecas. 4 of them now. None on the opposite side.
Just a tough break there. It went into the hole in the 6th hole. Up with it was Palm. Tried to get the throw to second, but the runner beat it out. That was Gillespie. And then the relay to first was wide. It allowed Hutchison, both Hutchisons, to score. And that will do it for Blake Coleman. 4 unanswered runs by Newark Catholic have them leading 4-3 here in the 5th.
So Coleman's day going to be done 4 in the 3rd innings pitch. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 5 hits. Did strike out 4, but walked 5. Errors been a big problem, though, for Calvert today. And that one, maybe the most costly.
Yeah. Coleman got the ground ball he wanted, but it was perfectly placed. And Calvert threw it around. For Calvert in the 6th, if they can get out of this without any more runs, they will have the 9-1-2 batters up. So they'll have the heart of their order still up here. But you'd love to leave it here at a 1-run deficit. 4th error of the game for Tiffin Calvert. As Tucker Coleman, 42 innings pitched, 1.33 ERA. He's 8-0. 8 earned runs, 12 runs given up, 62 strikeouts, 13 walks. He's hit 9 batters on the season. Tucker looking to clean up after his brother. 2 errors in this inning have hurt Calvert. The throwing error to second on what could have been a force out on a bunt. And then the throwaway you just witnessed. Garber will get his second at bat. He walked back in the 4th. Calvert, a team that's come back many times, like you said earlier, Brian. Will have to do it one more time here if they want to get to their first state championship game.
Garber back up, his second trip into the batter's box. Walked the first time we saw him.
Infield in for Calvert. So Garber up. Calvert will look to do what Newark Catholic did to them a couple innings ago and cut down the runner at home with the infield in. Tucker's first pitch bounces in there for ball one.
Nice backstop there from Moyer to be able to snatch that one up out of the dirt.
75 on his first pitch. The 1-0. In there for a strike. We're even at 1. 84 on the gun there. Tucker ready once again. The 1-1. Just high. It's 2-1. Jackson Holman, the 9-hitter, on deck before the top of the order once again. The 2-1 pitch. High and inside, it's 3-1. First base is unoccupied, so a walk would not bring home a run, but it would load the bases.
Pretty good velocity here out of the right hand for this freshman, hitting in the mid-80s on that fastball so far.
The 3-1. High ball 4. Small strike zone for the shorter player. Gets on base, and now they're loaded. Jackson Holman grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. Flew out to center in the fourth. So the force out at any base is now open. However, Calvert, I believe, are going to stay right on the edge of the grass. So they're going to play in still, at least get the run at home for a force. Tucker Coleman's going to have to get some soft contact off of this if they want to get that force out. First pitch misses for ball 1. Holman with 16 RBI on a season. He does have 2 extra base hits, both doubles. The 1-0. Taking the whole way. He actually backed out of the box before the ball even crossed the plate, but it does for strike 1. We're even at 1. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch fouled off. It's 1-2. 2 runs in on the inning for number 6 Newark Catholic. They lead Calvert 4-3 here in the 5th. Coleman ready again with his 1-2. Fouled off to the left side, went with the off speed. It stays 1-2.
That was a soft contact they needed.
Yep.
Dribbles just outside of the lines down the third base side.
Coleman gets his sign. His 1-2. Fouled off to the right side. That's going to reach the road. Beyond the stadium, it stays 1-2. 83 miles an hour on that one. 3 o'clock here in Akron. This is the OH Report. I'm guessing the second semifinal is not going to get off at 4 o'clock. But that's all right. We have great weather here today. Another 1-2. Bounces. 2-2. Tried to get the chase from Holman. He held off. Calvert looking to, or Newark Catholic looking to make its 14th appearance in a state championship game. They lead 4-3. Another one, 2-2 is high. Now it's 3-2. Danger zone here for Tucker Coleman.
Yeah, he's peppered it all around on the outskirts of the strike zone here. Unable to get Jackson Holman to chase. Now a pivotal moment. Payoff pitch coming up.
And Mikey Hess on deck. Top of the order. Coleman gets the sign. Sets. The payoff pitch. Fouled off. So we will go again. Five hits so far in the game for Newark Catholic. They've also reached via 4 errors. Tucker ready again. The 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 off the foul tip, but it stayed in the glove of Connor Moyer. 2 down.
Yeah, just blew it by him pretty much here. 84 miles per hour on the gun. Little behind it. And now just 1 out away from limiting the damage. The top of the order, though, on the way here with Hess stepping into the batter's box.
Hess 0 for 2 with a walk. Top of the order up now. Hess with 19 RBI, 9 doubles. That's tied for the team lead. First pitch just inside, misses for ball 1. This is the 8th batter of the inning for Newark Catholic. The 1-0. Low and inside, it's 2-0. The freshman trying to walk the tightrope here. The 2-0 pitch. High ball 3. I don't know if you're Hess here. Do you give him the green light? I don't know.
The base is chucked. I'm probably taking at least this next pitch. Forced the freshman to prove that he can hit the strike zone. He's had a few command issues over about his last 6-7 pitches.
And time called by Hess. Bases loaded, 2 out, a 3-0 count. Coleman ready. And that's in there for a strike. 81 on the gun there. But again, Hess still ahead in the count, 3-1. We'll see if he takes or sits dead red on this one. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle, through. 1 run will score. They're going to hold up the second run. It's 5-3. Just got it right over the second base bag where no one could get to, and it's an RBI single.
Precision hitting right here up the middle, as you said, smoked right over the pitcher's head, and then there's that vacancy in between short, second. Nobody able to make the play. 2-run deficit now for Calvert, and Newark Catholic with the heart of their order due up here.
Nagel now up. Reached on 2 errors and grounded out to short. 9th batter of the inning, so both teams batted around in an inning here today. We'll get a little bit of a mound meeting. Moyer out to talk to his pitcher.
It's a big spot for a freshman in the state Final Four game coming in. Trying to clean things up for your lone senior. And just not has gone as well as he was probably hoping. Undefeated on the season. Tucker, such a phenomenal year on the hill. Just trying to minimize that damage again here. If they can get 1 more out, but tough spot. Bases loaded.
Other than the 1st and 5th innings, Calvert's had runners on base offensively, so. Ball gets away on the first throw. It gets back to the catcher. The throw to the plate. Got him! A friendly hop off the mat. I think it actually hit the granite underneath the padding, came right back to Moyer. Moyer flips it to Coleman, and he gets out of the jam.
You didn't think that was going to have any chance of going Calvert's way, but sometimes the sports gods will allow some interesting things to happen. 5-3 Green Wave, but Calvert with a big break.
We'll be back.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
The luckiest of bounces goes the way of Calvert as Max Moore thrown out at home to end the inning. Calvert, though, trailing now 5-3, 9-1-2 due up for the Senecas. Travis Berardi, Brian Skronsky back here. State number one in some trouble. 6 outs left, down 2. And Ritzler, a little ground ball to third. The throw on the first, wide! And an error gets the leadoff runner on.
Yeah, it's a great start here for Calvert after allowing all those runs in the previous inning, and you got to credit them when they did allow Newark to get a couple on the board. They at least threatened, and their at-bat in the 4th came up empty-handed, but this is exactly what they need. Get somebody aboard here for Coach Matt to try to make the right chess moves, and Blake Coleman stepping in the batter's box.
Ritzler's 3rd on the team, or 4th on the team with 14 stolen bases, and Coleman in the top of the order due up. Coleman takes ball 1. Today he is 1 for 2, an RBI single and a walk in the 4th. Tying run at the plate for the Senecas here in the 6th. The 1-0. Line down the left field line. It's going to get over the head of the left fielder. Around second. Around third is Ritzler. It's going to be 5-4. Blake Coleman with an RBI double, and back at you come the Senecas.
And getting Seneca Nation up on their feet. The emotion being displayed by Blake there. And I literally was watching the crowd. Everybody leapt up when Blake looked over at him and asked him to do just that. Big stand-up double, bringing in a run, and just like that, 2 hitters, 1 run game.
Tying run at second with nobody down, and in the 6th. Then Senzo Lyons up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Seneca's a team that has battled back many times this season, trying to do it one more here in the state semi. First pitch to Lyons, looking to bunt, pulls back, but takes strike 1. And you looked at the left fielder from Newark Catholic. Right as that's off the bat, he went, oh, shoot, that thing's sailing on me. Tracked it down, kind of bobbled it, but nonetheless, the run would have scored anyway. The 0-1 the Lions. He's looking to bunt again. Pulls back. It's inside. It's 1-1. Calvert trying to play some small ball to get the tying run 90 feet away.
Lyon pretty reliable. 455 on base percentage. That's all you're looking to do here at this point. You're within a run. Try to make some solid contact. Be patient up at the plate. Got some new life.
The 1-1. Looking to bunt again. Pulls back. Outside corner, though. It's 1-2. So now Lions will most likely be swinging here. As Logan Ritzler now sprinting out to the right field bullpen. Ritzler, who I had thought maybe would be the starter on Saturday in case they make it. but I also said it's all hands on deck. You got to get there first before you see what you have.
Yeah, I think that's why they went with their ace today, too, and put Blake Coleman out on the mound to start things off, because in order to get to that final, of course, got to survive today in the Final Four.
1-2. Got him looking right at the knees. Ball's dropped. Throw to first. Gets there. Throw over the third. In time at the base is Coleman. So it still works like a bunt. The strikeout was dropped. Had to throw it down the first to complete it. Right as the throw was made, Coleman takes off for third, slides in under the tag, and the tying run is 90 feet away with one out.
21st stolen base of the season for Blake Coleman, second on the team, just behind Shoemaker.
Infield in for Shoemaker. He is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a chopper back to the pitcher. Fly ball will tie this game. And he pops this one, but it's going to go out of play for strike one. Coleman on third, the tying run here in the sixth.
AJ with 20 ribbies so far on the campaign trail for him.
He hit the sac fly in the top of the seventh to give them the 4-3 lead over JFK. They'll need one more from him here. Squeeze play! And it hit him in the box, so it'll be foul. He got the bunt down, but it bounced off of him as he was still in the box. It's 0-2.
Yeah, this is really close to being just flawless execution. See, he settled it down right in the dirt. Coleman made a fantastic break as well. And instead, it's going to be 0-2 now on the count, and you got to protect now if you're AJ.
Infield still in on the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, got him looking 2 down.
I mean, just filthy right there. You're expecting the fastball, in all likelihood, something outside of the zone. Instead, that just floats in right where it needs to be. I mean, that was center cut prime real estate over the middle of the plate. Beautiful pitch. And now just one out away from maintaining your lead if you're the Green Wave.
Moyer now up 0 for 0 with 3 walks. First pitch to him, high for ball 1. Kind of surprised they're not just putting him on base. With Cameron Moyer behind him, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
That's pretty much what they've been doing, is just putting him on anyway so far today. Not messing around with this big lefty so far.
That one nearly gets past the catcher, but just enough to save it. It's ball 2.
Are you able to show me the two brothers in the single shot again? I don't know if you're able to pull that off again.
Big spot here for Connor with the tying run at third with 2 out. They nearly tied it up on a squeeze play bunt just one batter ago, but it hit the batter in the box for a foul ball. 2-0. Outside for ball 3, and indeed they are pitching around Connor Moyer. And if you're Calvert, let him take the walk, get a pinch runner in there, steal second. 3-0. In there for a strike. Hutchison's 3-1. Inside ball 4. No. Okay.
Wow.
He was in on the plate. Umpire said it caught the plate. 3-2 the count. Runner on third, 2 out. 5-4 the score. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Keep forgetting that both of these teams are crowding the plate enough that even jumping back, it's right on that outside corner.
Yeah, it certainly gives the umpire something to think about anytime you have to contort your body to get out of the way. However, you look at his right foot, I mean, it is basically right on the chalk.
Another 3-2. Outside that time, ball 4.
Fourth base on ball today. He only had 17 walks coming into today. Now 21, of course, with the math, and that'll set up Twin Bro stepping in. Magical moment here with runners on the corner and a chance to tie things up.
And I don't believe we're going to get a pinch runner, courtesy runner for Moyer. And now I believe we will. We'll have a pitching change, actually, possibly. Coach out to talk to his pitcher. Everybody going to be talking out. As number 99 getting ready to bat here. What a game we've had so far. 5-4 in favor of number 6, Newark Catholic. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Newark Catholic. Calvert, though, 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors. And those errors were costly half inning ago, helping 3 runs cross the plate to give them the lead.
See some members of the Mr. Wildcats looking on. They'll be in the 6 o'clock game here today. Excuse me. They're the next game up at 4 o'clock.
It could be 6 o'clock, though, the way this game's going. Yeah, we're not going to get a 4 o'clock start like they thought, but it's a chess match when you get to the state semis. Ritzler is warmed up. He'll come back in. Now, another thing with Ritzler, if Calvert gets a lead, he can get up to, I believe, 30 pitches and still be available to pitch on Saturday. That's one of the good things about having a few days off in between state semifinal and championship. You can throw everybody and still have a chance of throwing them again. But they need to get the tying run across. First pitch to Moyer, curveball in there for a strike.
He's had kind of an up and down day, a couple strikeouts sandwiched around that single.
Would love to flare one out into the outfield again. The 0-1. Just outside, 1-1. Palm on deck, 0 for 3. Or 0 for 2 with a sacrifice, I should say. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Just looking to pulverize that pitch right there, 85 mile per hour. Senecas have had a tough time trying to catch up to some of this heat since Hutchinson has checked in.
Moyer's going to stroll to second base, trying to get a throw to get the runner to take off from third to home, but Hutchinson just said, just take it. So now a ball into the gap will give Calvert the lead.
Moyer does have a .539 slugging percentage, so he goes for extra bases more often than not.
The 1-2. Curveball swing and a miss, strike 3, and Newark Catholic gets out of it. Calvert, though, adds a run on to get back to within 1. It's 5-4 through 5.5.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Someone we thought would start on Saturday, still could, but Logan Ritzler in to try and get 3 outs and get this to the 7th down 1. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronski back here at Canal Park in Akron. Ritzler on the season, 49 1/3 innings pitched, 29 hits, 12 walks, 2 hit batsmen, 59 strikeouts, only 8 earned runs, 11 given up. He's 7-0 with a 1.14 ERA.
Not a lot of losses to be had for any of these pitchers, of course, when you just have 3 defeats on the season for Calvert. So everybody that has been on the bump so far here today in this Final Four, undefeated for Calvert pitching so far on the year. Can they keep this just a one-run game and find a little bit of magic in the top of the 7th? Find out here with Nagel leading things off.
2, 3, 4 hitters due up. First pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So on the pitch count limit, 2 days of rest, 51 to 75 pitches. So he can throw for a couple innings, possibly, if Calvert were to tie this and maybe force extras or get the win, and he'd still be available on Saturday. He's quickly ahead 0-2, though, to Nagel.
Yeah, 2 pretty strong pitches. Had him chasing waterfalls, swinging and coming up way empty.
The 0-2. Low, it's 1-2. Three runs in the 5th gives Newark Catholic the lead. That one's low, it's 2-2.
Yeah, another off speed. First one on the inside and low. Second one outside and low.
Ritzler ready again, the 2-2. Inside, count is full. Miller Hutchison on deck. 2 for 3, 2 singles.
Nagel 1 for 3 so far this afternoon. 2, 3, 4 hitters in the lineup.
The 3-2 is low. It's a leadoff walk.
4 straight balls issued after getting ahead.
13th walk of the season issued by Ritzler. And that will bring up Miller Hutchison. We'll see if he gets back out on the mound to close things out in the top of the 7th. But right now trying to help himself out with a runner on first and nobody down.
Right around 100 people out there listening and watching along with this audio cast. So I do want to say hello to everybody out there that is tuning in live and free this afternoon.
We will have a full replayed stream coming up after the end of the game for you to watch back. You should. It's a good game. Hutchison looked the bunt there and fouled it off. It's 0-1. This time he'll swing, line drive off the glove of the second baseman. It's first and second, nobody down.
Unfortunate there for Kidwell. Thought that he was going to make another acrobatic leaping play. Would have been the second time today that we've seen that. And this one just off the outskirt, stretched out mitt.
So 2 on and nobody out for Malone Hutchison. An RBI single in the 3rd, a fielder's choice he scored in the 5th, and a strikeout in the 1st. And now we'll get a courtesy runner.
Przmierski on deck as well. Hasn't had a great day so far. 0 for 2 for him.
Kane Steffi is the courtesy runner. He scored 14 runs on the season. Ritzler ready for this 3rd batter. Looking to bunt. Pulls back, but it's a strike. It's 0-1. PA announcer announced Calvert's number 4, Connor Moyer, is the pinch runner at first while he's behind the plate. Perfect bunt laid down. It'll be a 1-4. What a diving play to save that. Kidwell kept his foot on the bag somehow as he's leaning over. It's a sacrifice, but it's 1 out.
Second time today that we've seen Kidwell do something exactly like that. How about the body contortion to be able to keep 1 foot on the bag, laying out there beyond the foul line? So second really nice athletic move from the second baseman, filling in, covering the bag, 1 down.
He's getting very physical today.
Przmierski now up. with 2 ducks on the pond, and again the infield in for Calvert. And they will intentionally walk him. They get the force.
Yeah, hasn't had a great day, 0 for 2 today, but you look at what he did in that regional championship game against South Webster. 4 for 4, drove in 3 runs, and oh, by the way, he pitched a shutout into the 6th inning of that game as well. So probably a wise decision to load up the bags, get a force out everywhere, and bringing up a hitter in Gillespie, who has not collected a hit so far, has walked his last 2 times up.
1 actual walk and 1 intentional as he takes ball 1. Bases loaded, 1 out here for Newark Catholic. Again, runners on the base pass just like 1 inning ago. The 1-0. In there for a strike. It's even at 1.
Ritzler really moving with some haste out there on the bump here from now the full stretch. Checking in on second base.
The 1-1. Checked his swing. Taken for ball 2. Max Moore on deck. He was the runner thrown out off the very generous bounce off the backstop to end the 5th inning. 2-1. Ground ball to short. Throw to first. Gets him there on the scoop. Run scores. And it's a 2-run lead once again for Newark Catholic.
Nice play made here by Moyer. Coleman as well out of that shortstop position. And the RBI hit here for Gillespie did just enough to stretch this out, get a little bit more breathing room. 6-4 now as they stack one on.
Moore up 0 for 3. That first pitch low for ball 1. Our lone game here today, we'll have 2 tomorrow in the semis. Waynedale Coldwater, 1 versus 2 in D5. Brian will be at Thurman Munson Stadium for the unranked matchup between Perkins and Indian Hills. That fly ball tracked out to center fielder Cash Lee to end the inning. Calvert down to its last 3 outs of the season. They need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead when we come back.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Calvert down 2, top 7. They need 2 to tie, 3 to continue their season. Travis Berardi, Brian Skoronsky back here at Canal Park.
Not a great spot for him either with Palm, Kidwell, and Lee due up 0 for 6 collectively so far here today. And a big cut and a miss. And we were talking off there just about the job that Miller Hutchinson's done so far. Fantastic job in the batter's box since he has filled in. Has basically been lights out, keeping Calvert in check.
And he's ahead of the count 0-2. Palm, a strikeout looking, sacrifice, and a ground out. The 0-2 just outside. It's 1-2. Kidwell is on deck. Walked and scored in the second. Fielder's choice in the third. Strikeout looking in the fifth. The 1-2. Fouled right back towards us. It stays 1-2. Any means possible, need to get a runner or two on just to at least get Ritzler back up and then the top of the order. Need one at least. That one flied out the left. Left fielder coming in. Can't make the play. It drops foul. And we'll go again.
Long chase there for Holman. Senecas keeping this at-bat alive. Need all the options that they can get here in the 7th inning.
Calvert led 3-0 after 2. Newark Catholic got 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th. Both teams scored once in the 6th. Another 1-2. Got him on the outside corner looking, 1 down.
Yeah, just stunned the freshman there with that pitch. Froze him right in his tracks. Big start here.
That'll bring up Kidwell. Kidwell, a walk so far and a strikeout in this game, as well as a fielder's choice. Needs another walk here. Or a hit. And that's on the inside corner for strike 1. Hutchinson approaching 50 pitches. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Starting to feel some of that momentum building on the side of the Green Wave here.
No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Got him looking, 2 down.
Inside corner, identical to what we saw on the previous pitch, and just gasses it over. 87 miles per hour yet again, and that's been the big difference since number 12 has taken the mound, is just that extreme heat that he's been able to bring, and it's really burned quite a few Seneca hitters. 9 Ks now for Hutchinson.
And it'll come down to Cash Lee. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch to him. Ground ball to third. Up with it on the first. No, they're going to say it hit him. It hit him in the box. He just stopped running like, what's going on? But no, it hit his foot in the box. So it'll be strike 1.
Came out with obviously quite a bit of acceleration for clipping him right on the toe. Break, though, here for Cash.
Yes. Back in the box. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. Newark Catholic's a strike away.
I think that's 7 straight strikes thrown as well here in this inning for Miller Hutchinson. So he's not messing around, going right after these Seneca hitters.
Miller Hutchison back on the rubber. He's ready with the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Newark Catholic will play for a Division 7 state championship. Strikes out the side, 4 in a row to end things. And for Tiffin Calvert, they'll have to wait another season to finally make it to the state championship game. (6-4) is the final. We will take a break, and when we come back, the post-game show brought to you by our sponsor, Sutton Bank, after this.
I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. You know I'm dreaming about
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
(6-4), number 6 in the state, upsets season number 1, pretty much the whole season. Calvert was number 1 in D7, but they are yet to make a state championship in program history. 0 for 3 in state semifinal games. Travis Berardi back here with Brian Skoronski, and errors. That's pretty much the key to this one. Some costly errors by the Senecas allowed Calvert to get momentum and take the lead.
Yeah, 4 of them today here for D7 Calvert over the first few innings of work. And even though they came out of the gates and they really benefited from what probably could have been an error in that second inning,